Celebrating the 80th anniversary of the end of the Second World War and the defeat of fascism culminated in a military parade in Beijing today. Some may have interpreted it as a demonstration of China's military strength, but it must be seen in the context of serious statements by Chinese President Xi Jinping. The Chinese president has made it very clear that the world faces a choice of peace or war, and that China has the will to play a decisive role in a new, peaceful world order. In any case, it is true that even the most intelligent opponents of China can no longer fail to see the all-round boom that China has achieved. I regret once again that the highest representatives of the member states of the European Union were absent from such a global event. If they thought that this would isolate the Chinese celebrations of victory in the Second World War, then they have miscalculated a lot, because if anyone was isolated today, it was the European Union. It remains the case that as Prime Minister of a sovereign state, no one will tell me where I can and cannot travel. My visit to Beijing only lasts from Tuesday noon to tomorrow afternoon, so basically 2 days. But I'm doing everything I can to make the most of the presence of heads of state from dozens of countries around the world. After yesterday's serious meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, which I will certainly touch upon on Friday in my meeting with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, I spoke informally with about 10 presidents first today. Either I was returning to the paths I had already taken, or we were hastily arranging joint activities. For example, just recently we sent a new Slovak ambassador to Belarus, Mr. Josef Migas. That is why President Lukashenko and I agreed very informally that a joint meeting would be appropriate, because we significantly underestimate the possibilities for economic cooperation. I had official talks today with Vietnamese President Luong Quang, the head of a country of almost 100 million people. We have been busy preparing for my official visit to Vietnam. I have no open political issues, so we can focus on mutually beneficial cooperation. Small things, such as Vietnam's decision this year to cancel visas for Slovak citizens for stays not exceeding 45 days, or the Slovak government's decision to recognize the Vietnamese community in Slovakia, also help considerably as an official national minority. The second official meeting today was with my friend, Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić. We covered a range of topics from trade exchange, through the Expo exhibition in Serbia, to the international situation in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and the interference of foreign powers in national, Slovak, and Serbian politics. I am pleased that our personal friendly relationship is to the benefit of cooperation between Serbia and Slovakia. Multiple shots at source. Tomorrow, in addition to other protocol duties at our embassy related to the National Day of the National People's Republic of China and Constitution Day, I will have a particularly important official meeting with the Chinese president. And then later, just before my departure to Slovakia, with the Chinese Vice President Han Zheng. I will inform you tomorrow about the content and progress of these negotiations. As is already common knowledge, I will be moving from Beijing tomorrow Thursday directly to Košice, where I will arrive on Friday morning, so that I can then move on to a meeting with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky and Ukrainian Prime Minister Yulia Sviridenko.